If you would have told me before the season that the Baltimore Ravens would finish just 8-9 and miss the playoffs, I would have thought you had a screw loose. But untimely season-ending injuries to stars like J.K. Dobbins and Marcus Peters didn't help, and Lamar Jackson and Marlon Humphrey missing 5 games apiece didn't help either. The bottom line is the Ravens missed out on the playoffs after a disappointing 2021 season. But they have a chance to come back with a vengeance in 2022, with everyone hopefully healthy to start the season, and not to mention an artillery of draft picks with 10. The Ravens can come back with a real bang if they get it right. So without further ado, I decided to take a crack at it. Here's my full 7-round 2022 Baltimore Ravens mock draft. With the Ravens' first pick at number 14 overall, I had them taking Trent McDuffie, cornerback from Washington. Yet another spectacular defensive back prospect to come out of the University of Washington. McDuffie is a great athlete with fluid hips and great awareness, and he's rarely caught out of position. I know a right tackle or a defensive tackle might make a little bit more sense with this pick, but the Ravens secondary was absolutely terrible this past season, even with Marlon Humphrey playing 12 games. With no guarantee that Marcus Peters comes back the same, the Ravens should invest in the secondary early, and McDuffie might have the cleanest tape of any DB in this entire draft. With the Ravens' next pick at number 45 overall, I had them taking Phidarian Mathis, defensive tackle from Alabama. Mathis is one of the most versatile defensive linemen in this year's draft. He's great at stopping the run on the interior and can even play on the edge in a 3-4 base defense. Mathis brings a lot to the table potentially for the Ravens, but most of all, he brings much needed youth, as it would be interesting to see if Calais Campbell and Justin Houston are retained. Mathis also has the athleticism, combined with an array of pass rushing moves to provide pressure from the interior of the defensive line. Mathis can play in multiple fronts and will immediately provide a physical presence on any defensive front. With the Ravens' next pick at number 76 overall, I had them taking Chad Muma, linebacker from Wyoming. That's a funny name to say. Muma is a great athlete with regard to agility and lateral mobility. In the run game, he's excellent, with outstanding instincts in the box. He starches the ball carrier at the point of attack, and overall has outstanding tackling efficiency in the open field. He rarely misses tackles in the box or in space. In the passing game, he's also outstanding. He is athletic enough in coverage to cover running backs on routes. He is spectacular at using his spatial awareness and instincts to get in the passing lanes. He has good hands to secure interceptions as well. He makes all the calls defensively and easily adjusts with motion. Pairing Muma with Patrick Queen could give the Ravens one of the best young inside linebacker duos in the league. With the Ravens' next pick at number 98 overall, I had them taking Abraham Lucas, offensive tackle from Washington State. Some guys just embody what a Ravens player should look like and play like, and that's Abraham Lucas. In the run game, he shows a physical, tough temperament and can generate some good vertical movement. He is athletic enough to get to the second level and uses his length and competitiveness to engage. In the passing game, Lucas offers tremendous length at 6'7" and great body control, which makes him almost impossible to speed rush. Lucas would be a prime candidate to step right into a starting role at right tackle. With the Ravens' next pick at number 106 overall, I had them taking James Cook, running back from Georgia. Cook is patient. He understands how to set up blocks and then has the quickness to bounce off his blockers. He is a smooth runner who can seamlessly make cuts and make people miss without ever breaking stride. He has a good overall vision and takes what's there. Where Cook really helps himself is as a receiver. He's an excellent receiver, having the ability to catch passes out of the backfield, the slot, or even out wide. He runs excellent routes and has good body quickness to separate. He displays very good hands and can make catches outside of his frame. His ability to catch the ball naturally will allow offenses to get creative with how they deploy him. With J.K. Dobbins coming back from a serious injury, having Cook as a change of pace receiving back would help take some of the load off of him. With the Ravens' next pick at number 115 overall, I had them taking Ed Ingram, interior offensive lineman from LSU. I say interior offensive lineman because I firmly believe that Ingram can play both guard positions and even possibly center at the next level. Hell, he even lined up at tackle at LSU. Ingram is an exceptional run blocker that moves opposing defensive linemen off the line of scrimmage. He has the athleticism to become an effective pulling guard in the power run schemes. He can also work to the second level in a controlled manner to effectively block second level defenders. He has a high-level football IQ in his pass sets that allow him to correctly pick up stunts and blitzing second-level defenders. At the very worst, Ingram provides great depth at both guard and tackle positions for a year or two behind Kevin Zeitler, and eventually takes over. Ingram provides incredible value at this draft position. With the Ravens' next pick at number 124 overall, I had them taking Jesse Lukeda, linebacker from Penn State. Lukeda has been balling out through the first couple Senior Bowl practices at the time of recording. Lukeda is a really interesting hybrid linebacker prospect that would fit well in the Ravens' 3-4 defense as an outside linebacker. Lukeda has relentless, violent hands while engaging blockers. He does need some refinement if he wants to be an every-down player early in his career. Lukeda has shown some promise inside as a run stopper as well. He's an exceptional athlete. Adding him to a rotation with Owa and Bowser could keep everyone fresh and effective. With the Ravens' next pick at number 136 overall, I had them taking Reggie Roberson Jr., wide receiver from SMU. Are the Ravens desperate for receivers? No. But as I've said before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it to the day I die, you can never have too many receivers in the NFL. Roberson is an explosive playmaker with rapid acceleration skills. He can both uncover quickly and stress defenses down the field with his speed and ball tracking skills. Roberson is potent with the ball in his hands and is capable of creating yards for himself. The one thing holding Roberson back from being a higher draft pick is his upcoming route running learning curve. Roberson is a playmaker, plain and simple. He would be a valuable, big-bodied replacement for impending free agent Sammy Watkins. With the Ravens' next pick at number 138 overall, I had them taking Brian Cook, safety from Cincinnati. Even if the Ravens decide to bring back Deshaun Elliott, the Ravens should know better than anyone you could never have too many healthy, young defensive backs. Cook's versatility shined in 2021, and he was among the many tone setters for an outstanding Bearcats defense. His best moments came when he can key, diagnose, trigger, and play forward. He is an outstanding tackler that does well to play off contact and take precisely calculated pursuit angles. In coverage, he mostly does well to stay leveraged, but he's more of a reactive player when it comes to the pass. Cook also offers some real good appeal as a core special teamer as he continues to develop as a young safety. And finally, with the Ravens' last pick at number 196 overall, I had them taking Trey Barry, tight end from Boston College. What an absolute monster. Barry stands 6'7", 245 pounds. He's not just a big target though. Barry has excellent hands and ball skills, and has a knack for finding the soft spot in zone coverage. Barry is definitely more of a developmental prospect, as he still needs to add mass to his frame to compete physically at the NFL level. But he offers good blocking ability in the run game, and has big play after the catch ability, which would help take some pass catching responsibilities off of Mark Andrews quite possibly.